Welcome to day number 10 of CSI8 Certification. Today we're going to look at ILAS received service, which is how we identify which aircraft came to our ramp. And we're also going to demonstrate how to put all these tools we've studied in the first 9 days, how to put these tools in operation at our front desk and at line service. First, let me propose some recommendations of how to use CSI at the front desk. You've seen throughout these presentations, these training videos, that I've chosen different locations for every video. This time I'm strategically using White Plains to demonstrate the front desk. And the reason why is because White Plains is very busy. They also have multiple FBOs on the airport. At White Plains, you actually have to tell us which aircraft came to your ramp. If your FBO is the only FBO at the airport, CSI will do this for you automatically. But when you have competition, we have no way of knowing in the flight data which aircraft came to your ramp. To identify which aircraft came to your ramp is quite simple. If you look down at the bottom of the ILAS arrival list, you'll see two buttons. One says receive service, one says remove receive service. You literally select the flight that came to your ramp and you click receive service, and it will get a gold background behind the flight number, and all the tail numbers in the arrival list, all the flight numbers with a gold background, are the aircraft that came to your ramp. Okay, so back to making recommendations of how to implement these CSI functions and key processes into your FBO operations. I recommend that the view you're looking at, where you open up ILAS, you select reservations, and you have this view, should be one of the default views on at least one of the monitors at your front desk. It will take some time to get used to it if you've never done it before, but over a period of days maybe, you'll be able to notice really simply at a glance the arrivals that are coming versus your reservations, and you'll be able to make very intelligent, very timely radio checks with the line service to direct them about what's coming and what's leaving. It just brings a lot of functionality to running the FBO operation from the front desk. Also, let's consider the line office. In many cases, I've witnessed that this same exact screen is on a large monitor on the wall in the line office. This monitor, I've seen them as big as 35, 40 inches. And so the line people can just walk by the monitor, take a quick glance, and they know what's coming. They know what services are not done yet. It just provides a really fast, at-a-glance view of the status of all the ramp services. They're particularly looking for red. If you see red in the ILAS arrivals, that means somebody's about to arrive. If you see red in your services on either your arrivals or your departures in EFIS, that means some service is about to time out. So it provides a really quick glance of the status of all services on your ramp. So once again, this training today is on operations overview. We're trying to take all of these pieces we've learned in 9 days and look at them on a screen and decide how we get everything in our heads and how to see as much information as possible on one screen. So when you first look at this screen, it's very busy. Oh my goodness, there's lights everywhere, there's colors everywhere. It's just very, very busy. But continue working at it, continue sitting at it, looking at the screens, looking at the arrivals, looking at the colors. Know that somebody is double clicking every little square to change the status by changing the colors on the screen. It's all color coded. Go back to previous days of training to understand how this color coding works. Another very special feature about this is that once this is implemented at all FBOs, it becomes an operational standard. If you have some huge event at one location, you can take as many people from any other locations and bring them to that FBO location where the event is taking place. And when they walk in the door, they're already trained because all of your services and all of your processes have been totally standardized. Okay, so this presentation is about operations overview. So we're on the same screen. We have not looked at a different screen yet. And so now let's look at our previous 9 days of training, and let's see how much of it we see on this screen. So first, looking at the ILAS arrivals, you'll notice in the aircraft type column that all the ones that have a red background are block flights. Well, that's perfect. Notice that all the blue, green, and yellow are either jet, turboprops, or props. And notice that CSI knows the engine type of every aircraft on the arrival side at White Plains. That's just remarkable. You'll also see in the flight number column, we have call signs, we have in numbers, and you're seeing the ones that are gold background, the ones that have received service. These are the ones that came to their ramp. That's being done. If you look over to the ILAS column, the last column to the right in the arrival list, we use that column to put a smiley face if we have anybody in CSI linked to that tail number. So there's your preferences. So we know that there's at least somebody linked to that tail number if we see the smiley face. One more feature we have in CSI is we want to make sure and be as accurate as possible about which aircraft came to our ramp. If you look on the arrivals of EFIS, you'll see at the top of the list is N614QS. If you look in the red highlighted area of ILAS now, you'll see there's EJA614. Well, we know that N614QS is the tail number of that call sign, and we know it came to our ramp, but notice it has not been marked as received service. That's not a big killer for operations, but you'll see later when we're doing general manager and sales reporting that that's going to affect our jet market capture. So we want to be as accurate with that as possible. Okay, so that was all that was needed to implement operations of CSI at your front desk and your line service. That's correct. I opened one screen, and on that one screen, you have all the information to run the operation, to run your ramp services, to see your arrivals, to see your reservations. It's all on one screen. So it just takes time, some seat time, to get used to the colors and to watch the program move, to watch this data show up automatically as you're putting data in TFBO, as the FAA feed is bringing data into your arrivals. Okay, so in some cases, a second monitor is dedicated to CSI, and they also have the fuel management daily screen visible so they can see their invoicing and their total sales on Fuel Manager. But for the most part, the ILAS and EFIS screen is the screen for operations in both the line service and the front desk. You'll find that as changes are made, either office, if a square is double clicked and the status color is changed, it updates the other office within 2 seconds. That's the key. You have both teams, both line service and front desk, working on the same data, and the data is refreshed and up to date all day long. Let's move forward to day number 11.